what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5.
Hello, and welcome to Rich Beard's Life's Adventures. Now in this episode we are fitting a swivel seat to the passenger seat, and we're going to eventually do 2 swivel seats. So at the moment we've been and bought one for the passenger seat, and then in a few months time we'll buy one for the driver's seat. Now, as you know, in the previous episodes we took out the double passenger seat and converted it to a single seat so that we can get in and out between the two. There's only the two of us in the van anyway, so we only need a single seat and a single seat. So the swivel seat base that I've bought, it's an off-centre pivot so that you don't have to slide the seat backwards and forwards in order to get it to rotate. It does it for you, if you know what I mean. Now the only downfall about that is it's completely solid from the top. Now we do use the seat base for storage, dog bowls, party lights, batteries for the party lights, all them sort of things we keep under that seat because they're out of the way and we don't really need to get to them that often, but they're easy to get to when we do. So if we put the swivel seat base in, it's going to stop us from gaining access to that seat base. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to neatly cut out the back of the seat, maintaining a nice structural frame so it keeps the seat all nice and firm, and it should still be strong enough, because there'll be a metal frame holding all that back end square, plus it's bolted down, it'd be plenty strong enough. So if I cut the back out, and then I can put a cupboard door on the back, and I can still get access into that seat base via a little hatch at the back, and it'll probably even be better because I haven't got to slide the seat forward to gain access like I have to at the moment. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to set about marking out where we want to cut this seat base and get it cut, and then I'm going to put some of this edging trimming on, like what you put around the window frame after you've cut the windows out, and like I've put on this pillar here just to hide the sharp edges, and then I'll make a nice cupboard door same as these, just to give it that sort of aesthetic look and keep everything in there that we put in there. So that's what I'm going to set about doing now. I'm going to get it all scribed out and let you see how I do this. So as you can see, I don't know if it's picking up on camera, it looks like it is. I've done a blue line and I'll radius it up around there. I'll come along the top, radius along there, down that back panel, radius along the back, follow the floor line, radius, and then back up that side again. And that squaring off, keeping that sheet in there, should still keep it structurally sound. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of vans just have a trellis system for holding the seat up anyway, so this is still going to have a majority of the seat base there, but it's just that this section here will be removed, and then that will give me a nice sized cupboard hatch then to be able to gain access to. I could drill out the spot welds and just remove that panel totally, but I feel that would weaken that structure far too much, and I'd rather keep as much of that in there as I can. And I'll just put some knock-on trim around there just to hide the sharp edges so I don't catch it on my arms and stuff. So what I'll do is I'll set about now using a hole saw, drilling a hole there, and in there, and I'll use my air hacksaw to cut the area out, and then once that's done I'll remove the seat and set about putting the seat base in. At the moment it'll just stay empty, no cupboard door on it until I've built the cupboard door in the future. So let's get doing that. That's one down. And this makes it difficult because that's right on a slope, right where I want to be drilling. So I've got to try and get that started. That's 2 down. So I've got the 4 holes cut, and I've got my air hacksaw. Basically it's a hacksaw blade and an air tool, which will enable me to just cut a nice straight edge, and then I'll use my little finger sander then to deburr it, and then put some knock-on trim on there. Well, I'll paint the edges and then put some knock-on trim on. So I'll set about doing this I won't talk whilst I'm doing it because you won't really hear me anyway. So make a start on doing this. Hopefully I can keep it nice and straight. Right, I won't record anymore because that's getting a bit noisy, so but you get the idea. There we have it, guys. I've been wearing ear defenders because it was a bit loud. Right, so now I've got my little finger sander. I'll go around and neaten that up, make it look all pretty. As you can see, I made sure all the wires were tucked way out the way so I didn't catch it with a saw or anything like that. But I'll go around, neaten it up, deburring it and so on, and then I'll put a little bit of paint around the metal, and then I'll see if I can find my knock-on trim and knock it on to the best of my abilities, see what I can do with that. And there we have it, guys. So it's all been deburred, neatened off. Now I've got to set about hoovering up this mess. And there we have it, guys. So I've got the knock-on trim round. I've touched all the paint up, so it's not going to rust. Not that it should, it's inside anyway. But it means now I ain't got no fear of cutting my hand up, stuff like that. I weren't too fussed when I fitted that floor, but there's a bit of a gap there, but it'll be in the cupboard now, so I ain't too worried about it. So now I'll pull out the seat, fit the swivel seat base and show you that process. Right, so let's get this thing open. Got one of these special knives. I think someone called Philip made it, or Phillips. So I can't find my knife. How embarrassing. So dig that in there, rip it open. Sorry guys, you got to look at the funny side of it, haven't you? It's packaged up really well, and it's all safety related. All safety tested. You've got all your instructions, sportscraft. So it looks like you get all the nuts and bolts, all the fitting equipment, instructions rather, step-by-step guide. You get your crash test certificate, so we know it's safe for European roads and all across Europe. You've got your part numbers and contact numbers for warranties, more instructions, Sportscraft Mercedes Sprinter VW crafted 2007 to 2018 swivel seat base installation instructions. They're in German, obviously a German brand. That's your seat base, very sturdy, very solid, really good quality product. Nice bit of kit, well happy with that. Just trying to find the nuts and bolts that it says it comes with. Oh, no nuts and bolts. Well, I'll have to get onto them about that, wouldn't I? Well, that's not good. So where are they then? Right, I'm going to have to send them an email and see what they say. Right, closer inspection. Looks like it's been dropped. Can you see that? Is it showing up on camera? It's bent, which is no good to me. That is too thick a steel for me to bend back. So looks like I've got to try and get an exchange. I'm going to email them now and see what they have to say. Look, you see that bend? That is not good. Right guys, so as you saw before, the last seat base arrived bent. So I got onto them and they've asked me to send the other one back, and now this is the new one. So I'm just going to take it out of the box now, check it over. They're not light. Right, so that's the box out. And there's the seat base. Let's just check it. Everything looks nice and straight this time, so that's good. All the pivot thing works. So now I can make a start on fitting. So what you need first, is a T50 Torx bit and a internal star drive, which is like a female Torx, so it's star driven, it's not a socket as such. And this is an E14 rather. So what I'll do is I'll undo the seat belt with the T50 because that bolts onto here, and then I'll remove the seat. So I'll slide the seat forward, undo that with a knife. But normally you'd use a screwdriver. It's just a little cover, covers the seat belt bit. Use a T50 in there and undo that. There we go, that's that out. Put that to one side. Then we can make a start. So we undo the seats. Now I have loosened some of these, so they might not be that tight. So you just undo that. As you can see, it weren't very tight because I've already cracked them off. One. And do the next one, so that's 2 rear ones. Slide the seat back and then do the front ones. Now the good thing about this being a single seat, it is fully adjustable like a driver's seat is. So I can adjust the height to compensate for having this extra height of the swivel base. So there's no fear of it being too high. That's the seat out. And then we just got to weigh up which way round it wants to go, which is that way. It's exceptionally heavy, but it's very good quality. So that's that. I need to swivel it in order to get the nuts in. So I swivel it a bit just to expose bolts. Okay, that's that. Now you do get new nuts and bolts. Angle you down. You do get new nuts and bolts with it, and fitting instructions. You don't really need the fitting instructions, to be quite honest. Now these are Allen key. I'm going to use, I think these ones here are for the seat belt, to re-put it back onto the base rather than on the seat, so it's not trying to pull the seat belt round with the seat. I've got 3 Allen key bolts and a countersunk bolt, which looks like it goes in this corner looking at it, so I don't even need to use the instructions. So put that on there. Put that one on there. The countersink one goes in the back left one. And then the other front 2 ones go in. I'm going to leave them all loose for the minute, just do them up as finger tight as I can, and then I'll go around tightening them up properly once I've done. So that's it, that's the seat base in, and then that enables me then to pivot the seat round and locks in. Really good quality, Sportscraft. Like I said, 3373031 is the part number, and that's a passenger side single base. So now I can put the top seat in, and then I'll go around tightening them all up, making sure they're all to satisfactory torque. So I'll put the seat back on, get them tightened up. My advice is to leave him loose, because as you can appreciate right now, that will move to enable me to line it up and put the bolts in. If you've tightened all the bolts up at the front, you will be able to move it. Nice and tight for safety. Just do the front ones. there we have it, guys. I've just got to double check everything's tight, put the seat belt on, and that's it. So that's all fully swivelable. That's it. Right, get them tightened up. That's that one. It's a bit dark, I know, I do apologise. I had the kids here revving the cars and chit-chatting and needed to get on. But so we'll pop our seat back down into this gap here. Got a little peg that wants to go on there. Oh, I really hope you can see. It's not very good angle. It's not easy for me to get to either, really. Right. That's that. Now I have to use my spanner to hold the nut in place. Use my spanner to hold the nut in place because there's not much room up there. Oh, tart. So I'll pack that out so it holds it in a bit tighter, just while I put this nut in. Make sure the pin's in the little hole, like that. Now, I've just realised I've got a socket for there and I can't fit that in, so I'm going to have to find my other 17mm spanner. Hold on a second. So I've got my other 17mm spanner now. This is really awkward position. Maybe it's probably better to put that on before you put the seat base in. As long as you do it tight. Now this is a nylock nut. Nylock basically means it's got a ring of nylon in there and it'll grip and not come loose. And it nice and tight. And there we go. I'm happy with that. So all the bolts are tight now. And that's it. Let's see what it feels like now. That's it. So it's not too free moving. That's your lever to enable it to swivel, but it'll only lock in one place. I thought it'd lock in here, but it's quite nice being able to just swivel it without having to go for your handle every time. And even though it's round, I can still slide it forwards and back. I can still raise it and lower it. I can still adjust the backrest as you would like your driver's seat. That's a good thing about a single passenger seat, they are fully adjustable, not like a double seat which are fixed. So we can adjust this to suit Debbie's little legs. I did notice you can't go too low, otherwise the plastics hit the side, so you can't go too low. But in all fairness, I think that's pretty good. So bring that forward a bit. Yeah. And that noise, that's the locator peg dragging round. I could pull that up and you don't get that noise then. But so that about wraps up our single seat swivel base install and seat base modification in order for me to still get the storage, as you can see, because that base totally seals it off. So I've had to do that in order for me to still get access to under that seat base, and at some point in the future I will make a cupboard doors similar to what I did with the overhead lockers. I'll quickly show the overhead lockers because they're all painted now and I haven't shown you them painted, but that's the same as what will go on under this seat bit, so I'll show you them now. There you go, look, all nice and blue and done. Got the kitchen ones done, got the bedroom ones done, still got dual cupboard door there, another door below, and then I'm going to have my slide out step and cupboard and so on under the bed, and then I've got the back doors done to do rather. And then for in the van wise, that's pretty much everything done. Once I've done those, it's just a case of neatening up some wires and things like that. But other than that, we're pretty much done. A few extra bits, but so once them cupboard doors are done and the back doors are done, that's pretty much it for the insides. I've still got lots to do, so there's still more for you guys to see. Like I said, the slide out step is going to be an interesting video because I've got an idea in my mind, but I ain't quite sure how to perfect it. But I would like to do a tip down step. A few other people have done that. Crafty Blinders, check them out. Sam's done an amazing job with his tip down step. However, our shower we've made a bit bigger, wider and longer and all that, so our step wouldn't fold down, it would just hit the side of the shower. So I've got to make a pull out step, but a lockable one, so that when you step on it, it don't disappear in. But anyway, that's the seat done. If you like what you've seen, please like, subscribe and share, and if you really feel like it, hit that little bell icon and you get to see all our future videos. And on that note, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light.